Hello, hello, and welcome to the Willow Show, your home for a wealth in health and in sexual vitality. I'm Willow Brown. I'm your sexpert for the Hormonally Challenged, and today I'm going to talk about everyone's favorite topic, the jade egg. So I wanted to talk about how the jade egg can augment or enliven your sex life with your partner. So one thing that you should know about the jade egg is it comes from ancient Chinese medicine. It comes from the Taoist tradition. This is where the practice of the jade egg comes from. Traditionally, it was used by concubines and wives of emperors only. They were the only ones who got to use the jade egg. And the concubines would use the egg to keep their pussies supple and strong and tight for their own pleasure, as well as for the emperor's pleasure. And the wives who had had many children would use the egg, they would use a slightly larger one, to bring their vaginal muscles back into tone, back into place and position after delivering babies. So the egg can be, it's very, very wide range of what it can be used for. And a lot of times people will use these if they have any kind of incontinence, or if they have any kind of prolapse of the uterus or anything, even anal prolapse. This can be really helpful even inside of the yoni. It can help bring anal muscles back into tone. So one thing that I think is really important to know about the jade egg is that these days we live in a very high-paced, fast society where many people are very familiar with what stress is and what stress does to your nervous system and to your body, and specifically to your jaw, right? Clenching your teeth, grinding your teeth at night. If you do have some sense of jaw tension, you might also have hypertonicity in your pelvic floor, which means that your pelvic floor muscles are always tight. They're always engaged. So for you, using the jade egg wouldn't really be about tonifying more, wouldn't be about strengthening those vaginal muscles more. It would be about relaxing and softening and releasing those tissues so that you could actually feel sexual pleasure more. You can actually enjoy and receive your partner into you more easily and more readily. So the jade egg is what we call adaptogenic, in that it can soften from the inside out. So if you do have a tighter vaginal canal, or you do know that you have jaw tension, then you will just want to put it up in there and just kind of let it be there. Just let it sit inside of there and let it kind of massage and rock around and release tension inside of your pelvic floor. And if you're someone who you put the egg in and it just kind of whoop, it starts to sneak out, then you're someone who's going to actually want to sit and do some pelvic floor work with it, some Kegels. If you are doing Kegling, it's important to not strengthen imbalances in the pelvic floor. So if you had a lot of strength on the right side, but not the left side, and you just started doing Kegels, then you would be strengthening those imbalances. So what I always recommend that you do before you even put the jade egg in is that you go up inside and you check for any points of pressure points of tension or sensitivity along the inside of the wall. And if you find one, then you want to hold with some pretty firm pressure and just breathe into it, and really let those tissues soften and release. Send your breath right into the tension. Feel into what it is. You might have some tears, you might have some emotion come up, that's okay. Just feel into what's there, and then it will eventually, that tissue will start to soften, it will spread, and you won't have that pain there anymore. Once you've done this on the right side of your vaginal wall and the left side of your vaginal wall, then go ahead and put the egg in. And now when you start to strengthen those pelvic floor muscles, then you're doing it in an even way, in a symmetrical kind of way. And when you do, if you are practicing getting more strength into the pelvic floor muscles and more dexterity of sensation of those pelvic floor muscles, then you can play with using your breath to move your PC muscles, the pubococcygeal muscle. So that's that ring around the pelvic floor that you squeeze when you do a Kegel. That's the Kegel muscle, the PC muscle. And so when you do one of those PC squeezes, let your breath lead the movement. I like to do it on an inhale. You can certainly do it on an exhale or an inhale. But there's something called the orgasmic upward draw, which is the next step. But the inhale is really helpful for that next step. So I like to practice the Kegel on the inhale. So you could do it, we'll do it together. So exhale, even if you don't have an egg, and it's okay. Exhale to the bottom of your breath. And then as you inhale, squeeze gently, drawing the muscles up and in as you breathe up and in. Good. And then release. Exhale, let it all go. And once again, breathe up and in as you squeeze up and in. Real gentle, real gradual, real slow. And over time, as your pelvic floor muscles get more symmetrical, more released in their tension, then you will start to have more openness and more space inside of your vagina, which is going to make your sexual experience with your partner or with your lover so much more enjoyable. You're going to be able to feel them inside of you in a different way. So new sensors are going to get turned on inside of your pelvic floor, and you'll be able to sense them in a different way. And you'll be able to use your vagina to even kind of grasp onto their shaft and to pull them, to pull them towards you. And so it can be a lot more fun, could be a lot more pleasurable, a lot more fun to have this strength and this dexterity of the different rings and different levels of the PC muscles. And I teach more about that in my Jade Egg Remedy course. So if you're interested in that, then we will get that information to you. If you have any questions at all, please shoot me an email at support@YinWellness, and I look forward to connecting with you very, very soon. Namaste.